How's everybody doing? Wow, we have a lot of people out here. Thanks for everybody coming today. We are in the beautiful Fabrique Neighborhood Association here in District 3, which is in southeast Wichita. For those that are watching that don't know where this is, I've asked a few people that are young at heart to be here with us today because all the very young people that this playground actually was designed for are in school where they should be. And so I'm happy to have members of the Fabrique Neighborhood Association behind me here today. I will introduce a few people. Also, I want to recognize Representative Michael Capps, who is here today. He represents the 85th District in Wichita. Thanks for being here, Representative Capps. There's a lot going on in Wichita this week. I want to remind everyone real quick with a couple housekeeping items that if you're looking for a job, head to our Public Works hiring event and equipment rodeo this Saturday at 11 a.m. at 571 North McLean on the West Side Athletic Fields. We have record low unemployment in Wichita, so we need everybody that's looking for a job to please show up because there are very few of you from what I understand in some of my meetings I've had this morning. So please show up for that if you need a job. Also, there's also a Chisholm Park cleanup at the Greta Plains Nature Center starting at 9:30 a.m. this Saturday. So please keep that in mind as well. And there's plenty more going on. Go to the City of Wichita's website, go to several other wichita.com and other websites to find out more going on the community calendar. So let's transition to the real fun stuff and the reason why we're here today. I have the honor of being joined by the Fabrique Neighborhood Association. Neighborhood Association President Dave Robbins is here with me, and he's brought some of his friends with him. I consider them friends too, although I don't know if they consider me a friend. Sometimes we have some pretty intense discussions, about street maintenance and some of those things. And, it's fun. It's great that we're doing something positive today for this neighborhood association. And the citizens that reside here. Also, we have Barry the Bison himself. He is gracing us with his presence. We've had to do everything we can to keep him from grazing out here this morning. Thank you for holding back, Barry. We appreciate it. I especially want to again recognize the neighborhood association here behind us. When we embarked upon this adventure, Dave Robbins, he was very thoughtful ahead of time and had some ideas for things that he wanted to do in this neighborhood. And he came to me very quick when he found out that there was going to be money available for neighborhoods in District 3 because of the Hyatt grant opportunity through the Hyatt sale and the funds generated by that. Green spaces, and I know Dave recognizes this as well, are extremely important for the vitality of our neighborhoods. They provide safety, they provide an area for the community to gather, for people to get to know each other, so it helps fight crime in the neighborhood. This community gathering space will do just that. And also, as we were just discussing before this, it provides an air of safety to the neighborhood as well. We have a lovely drainage ditch over here to the side, and this was floodway property. And so I want to thank the stormwater utility for making this available to the neighborhood as well, and helping us with making decisions like putting up this fence for safety over here and utilizing this space. As I said, this park space was formerly unutilized. Now it consists of a climbing rock. It's not too huge, but it's kind of cool. I almost got on it earlier. Almost. We also have some new playground equipment that I will be getting on in a little bit, even though it kind of breaks the rules from what I understand. And we have a small space for groups to gather and meet, play, and relax. So some of the things you don't see here today are some benches and grills that are going to be on either side of the park. Some trees that will be planted, I just found out, January, February timeframe, so they can provide shelter and shade from the sun for people to enjoy. I was thrilled actually to use $98,000 of the District Hyatt funds to fill the need for this area. Honestly, I feel like that's quite a bargain for what this space is going to provide for this neighborhood association. And I'm excited to hear now from Dave Robbins to tell us just a little bit of his story behind this and a few remarks about the playground. Dave?
Well, I'd like to introduce some of our people. This is Andy Letzel, he's our vice president, and Ms. Crow is our secretary. This organization, the Fabrique Neighborhood Association, chose this as their project. And so we went out to James and went through the grant process and got the award. And you can see what we got out of this. The Fabrique Neighborhood Association goes from Kellogg to Harry, Edgemore to Woodlawn. So we've got 1,200 homes in here. This was an area that was developed in the early 50s, and so green space was not part of the development plan. So this was an opportunity to really take advantage of an opportunity given to us, and we hope to improve the neighborhood in making this back into a first home buyer. Where young families can come in and purchase properties in this area as first-time homes. This development has turned out well for our neighborhood. When I come by here, children are out here playing during the week at different times. So the park is being utilized. So this is a real plus, and what I see this as the city of Wichita investing back into the neighborhood. This is where your tax dollars and grant funds are being used. I had heard a comment about maybe the money should have gone into streets. We had already received $140,000 from the city on street improvements. So if you go south of Lincoln, you can look at Castle, look at Waverly, look at Silverdale. So there's been a lot of street improvements already done by the city and also north of Lincoln. So we just I want to thank City of Wichita, the mayor and the council for this decision to go ahead and invest in our neighborhood. So I'd like to just give James Clendenin a hand for the work that he did for us. Thank you very much, James.
Well, that really, I appreciate that, guys, but honestly, this project was really led by the neighborhood association. It was their vision, and we were able to provide some money to make that happen. So without a team effort, honestly, this wouldn't have been done. And there's one other person I really do need to thank for this project, and that's our own Mayor Longwell. A lot of people don't know that behind the scenes for quite a while, he was one to push for the sale of the Hyatt to help infuse some of the money for those streets. And actually, the streets that you mentioned were all part of the street improvements that were also funded by the sale of the Hyatt Hotel. And he was the one that really insisted that we provide $1 million for every district and for each council member to be able to use that money in the district for things that mean the most to them. And one of the things that means the most to me is making sure that our communities and our neighborhoods are safe, that we're providing quality of life, and I think this is one way to do it. And I appreciate you guys for your partnership. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. That being said, I think the only thing left to do is really cut the ribbon and make sure that we get this thing kicked off right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, guys. 2, 3.
All right.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you, guys.